D0wn about POG Media. So, so in your platform, so subscribe now. Like now, I share to media. So, at the Amafro, say the Afro, so be who the echo so political highway. No, so now you're going to one echo and semi over Sam.Gyamfi, a proud member am I NDC amanyoko na the opposition party mo ye bibia betumi the appear to me December 7th year John Dramani Mahama na yo Franka tuni na nsem bi odi aba to dwa efa Dr. Bawumia one na Addo dankwa Akuffo Addo entro ahodo a mutwa 2020 ene afia omaba power entro matwa and ada mo de ada oh my Ghana yenko ni ntie sa nsem ya okafa sa lies all to new dimpo say the 10 lies kwame akoye say the 10 commandments yenko ni ntie sa nsem yi medase
we are talking about the man on the screen, Alhaji Mahmudu Bawumia. Inti ayedi ne hu nkomo na nyese bia ne hu na ye febro so ana ye ni bibia ka inti ne ye ka ne ho asem. We are talking about him because in prempria ye ka say ono ne omampanyi abedi akire. Omeyi aban ya wote akonwa so. Baasu ku a aban na te se omonhwe omeyi sikasem nyina so no. Ono na ye baasu ku ne titireni. Eniti Ghana sem sikasem ye ku twi ba brema nyina no. Upese ohumu nchiremu apapai na betimi akire mu Alhaji Bawumia. Na potoka sem ya can say he's the chairman of the economic management team. Se say impodie o tu franka ma NPP amanyoku a onam ebo ntoa se mon first year ne mame o kan sem bebre obi aso nyenistia obi a nyenistia mfinisem oni license impo ni amanistia because on the driver nyina no ye de car ye Ghana share won sa no omo de afa kwan bone so amaka na konya accident a e de ahokyere ni abenedie ababeto yen so enso de bia osori ose mon first year ne maye na minim say wa wo hwe me no woni me be ya adwen say se ye betumi di stia na ma wura Bawumia ade ba ko pa e wo se ye gina so na yesusu dua ye de be so no wahwe na yetimi ahu se ye betumi anya ne mugidie no ne nokre ka se ne sitie esan say woni pa bia won ka nokre you cannot trust the person. You see about why ye ba betui it's not just about promises boshe eno de yatia bre enye hwan na betumi de adwen wanwaso foforo bi aba even though that is important enye de odwa nanum se maye we da bi de hia titiru pa ne se nipa kura o kasa nsem no o hye wo sa abo no o kasa big ideas and policies no ni so de bind to say what is his track record na so ni dwuma wa ye ni nyuma wo ye ne nsem kaye ne de o ye fa ne nsem kaye ho no ebetumi amaye nya ne mugidie de o ma ya hye ne sa na. Trustworthiness is what we are talking about. Because if I can't trust you, then I can't give you my vote. It's as simple as that. So which of these two leaders, John Mahama, Alhaji Bawumia, leading the two major political parties into the 2024 election, can we trust? That is why this conversation is important. And I want you to listen carefully. Maybe the say, me yense num pensem mu na mama wadanse emre bia metubia so mekiresi na mama obi adi na wankasa wo de akwa adwendwen mu na wankasa wasi agina ya ebeboa wankasa wabrabo wo ma wabusua ene wo dache. Now I will start with this quotation from a man called Brian Tracy. And Brian Tracy kasem we potoka sem say the glue that holds all relationships together, including the relationship between the leader and the led, is trust. And trust is based on integrity. Pape oye obi a wabempa trainyansa sem ko Canada memua, they celebrate him. Ajidin people all across the world read his writings. Waka sem bi ehun hia was a Ghana for ya twe adwensi so. O say glue a ka Your first Akandifo leaders, any on mouth for boom, a blue bakope, a GDA trust. Na say GDA no, ne fapem, and no creka, integrity. If you don't have integrity, you cannot be trusted. And found say nipa ne be promise o say to abamame, o to abamame me do be kwa bruchiri mema $1 million maybe adwuma and found one de nipa ne beka say nipa kro no ye obi a onya no kwafo a his words means very little. Now you see, and yen to me kan nsem ni nyina etima fa nsem no ne fa bi part 1 pe. And under this part 1, me twe wadwen si in kontompo akese edu 10 lies that Alhaji Bawumia has peddled. And I will give you the evidence for you to know that indeed this man is a liar. When we call him a liar, we are not insulting him, we are not attacking him, because that is who he is, that is his nature, that is his name, that is his title, and that is the only name you can call him. And until we the edikan 2020 MPP4 call Cape Coast. Omo ko launche omo manifesto. Bosha hodo anomo woma Ghana for. It was just like this time 2024 ya niye kwa kotuaba, because 2020 was an election year. Why am I starting with this? Because this was a promise and Asemo Bawumia kaye in the run up to the 2020 elections. And to bet me dia toto and somewhere newoka in the run up to the 2024 elections. Or say, and yes, omu besi habo for frama Cape Coast for Debbie. Or say, omu si, we are building a new harbor for the people of Cape Coast. Bawumia ne kasa asemno. E ho adanse ni hwewe mame.
Good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. People of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast.
Now, producer, I want you to play the video again. And why we're here, say good people of Cape Coast. No, we will build, or say we are building. Tape in the
Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is people of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast.
That is it. Kalkum yetini kwa Bible say we no one sem na yede bebu afo na yede bebu abem. O say we are building. Enti enne wa wo hwe me no. Including MPP for amohwe me a e bi kura mu didi matemi. Ye bisa mo say habo na Bawumia say they are building o si no away. Because ono ankasa ne boss o mampanyi Akuffo Addo ye to abane ma wo mu wie pe no wakọ radio so akọka se ono onka ni baabia se obesi ana wo si habo ama Cape Coast for chani so o mampanyi Akuffo Addo, not Sam.Gyamfi, not NDC. O se Bawumia your trofo because ono your mampanyi no onka ni baabia da se o si habo e wo Cape Coast ana wo besi eno ho adanse ni hwema me.
As far as the harbor, we have to be very clear in our mind. We never committed ourselves. I never said I was going to build a harbor in Cape Coast. I said I was going to build a landing site, like what I've done in these other 6 other places in the central region. Cape Coast also will have its own landing site, and the construction of that will begin next year. The airport.
Yes.
The airport.
You see, MPP for free say Ghana for we have short memories. So o me twan kontompo 2016 age to me 2020 o me twan kontompo sa 2024 aba e no masan so den sem de ba no moto Ghana for mrade e na ebi no mo boje Bawumia so. But this is the man we are talking about. We say you are building a harbor. At the time Bawumia kasa no, there was no place in Cape Coast and you see harbor. Baby akra ni wa na Addo na kampese ya to one block pussy isi harbor. Not even one block. Yet utimi jina TV cameras and him chatro, we are building a harbor. Then 1 year down the line, Akuffo said, me share Bubiasa. We never, the commitment was never to build a harbor, but a landing site. Landing site, any harbor, so one who send MPP for Subain here. One who send a Bawumia, the Subain city here. And at the time this happened, we say, almost a way as some we see here, and Ghana, various media organizations, a report to here. So one here, maybe a wide range Amazon. And let me play to you a news report that Joy News did on this. Cape Coast Fuan Kasa, Ekasa about Nada, Papeyo Dasui, Alaji Bawumia, or the Dada. Play that video for me.
I don't understand the apology. What he's saying, I don't understand it. Is he apologizing that he lied on Eagle FM? Or is apologizing that he's no longer going to build a harbor for us? You see, and what we have at Elimina is not a harbor that he promised Cape Coast. What Addo has done, Addo has told people of Cape Coast that we should all start crying. He has told that Cape Coast, our father has died, our mother has died. So what we have Cape Coast now is funeral. So from tomorrow, we Cape Coasters, we are going to put on black. We are going to mourn Addo. We are going to put on black because he has deceived us. And we are demanding, we the youth of Cape Coast, we are demanding our harbor and the airport that he promised because it is in his manifesto. The moment pyramids acquired Bawumia, Nesamno can Bawumia, you want a cassette war. Well, there you go. Or will be there, or the Bamiguafo, or your harbor, no on your airport, no, then ye, and a year President Nakasa. The Nadu and Nancy Obela now Bakache the man ever see plane airport dam and no one could see how about me. I'm a bit teach mention the menu to chat menu to and
it was for our Mr. Crafton. That is how depraved our country has become. That today we have in a very high office at the very top a man occupying the very high position of vice president. Nipa no krese eninenum. Yenim boni ya no kredi aye Alaji Bawumia. No krenam left, no far right. No krenam ha, no far say. How can you lie to people like this? How? Now, odi harbor no kra na wodada or more. Enka airport na odi twa one because he said we are building a new harbor and airport. It is airport no put ye kese. And na me no kasa uko Cape Coast harbor nail airport wa she nothing has been done. Say same podium munya to me wie no. O man penye Akuffo Addo say wakoda adwen when we say Cape Coast for kra mon sem fata airport. Oh yes, waka. E bia na unte. Waji 2 million wie based on Bosha what they share we say Messi harbor awansi. O say me see airport ano. O de ka wonya no humpo. Also, what dream when we said, maybe I won't share the here, Sana, and crying Cape Coast here, 1 hour 30 minutes, and crying Cape Coast 1 hour 30 minutes. What do you hear? One don't see any.
This morning, people feel strongly that looking at our potential in tourism, we need to put up an airport.
This is a place which is about 1.5 hours from the capital, which is the major international airport. There's an airport in Takrady. Well, the studies are ongoing.
Go ahead. You don't see the need of an airport.
I'm not going to say the need. Okay. These things, they're not the response of a government should not just be people say we need an airport. The response of a government should be the matter has been thoroughly examined and the need has been established. And that is the process that the Ministry of Aviation is going through. Is doing the same with Koforidua from the region from which I come, which is also another regional location which is very near Accra, another an hour and a half, to be able to decide for ourselves whether in fact the need for the airport can be justified when you have Accra, you have Kumasi, you have Tamale, you have Takrady, whether on the coast with Accra's presence there's a need for an additional airport.
Okay. Let me just bring up this question, if you don't mind, because this is the first time I'm at.
We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is very critical that we do that. An airport makes a lot of sense in Cape Coast. It's a real tourist hub, and between Greater Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast, you have a triangle that really is a lot of hub of economic activity. You can build railway lines between them, and it's a major growth pole if we put an airport here to drive infrastructure growth.
I can't help myself but laugh. Video ID can boy any Omampenye Akuffo. Wako free mante wako tena radio so. I was say habo ne de ho de crowd on de so wan hyesa abo no Bawumia ne kodi ne tro. Airport so I say Omampenye Akuffo enim so onhoro so. So what chefa ne bossa again they say kan airport won hia ma Cape Coast na o say men ka saba ye ntimi sore nka say ye kusi airport sa akwa e wo say ye nhwehwemu hu say airport so no ebe hia because enkran wo heya atakrade wo heya wo nyina wo airport Cape Coast shemfinfi nti Cape Coast there afi wo say ye examination ye enti alaje Bawumia anya examination no san nhwehwemu e wo say nka alaje Omampenye Akuffo Addo say wo say wo ye ansa na waka say wo besi airport wo Cape Coast no ade no ma nyansa ansa no mode sa aboshe na eba abeji tumi afi o manya tumi awie no so aboa no fidie ne chie na fidie chi na ne sunku agya no so ade sunku se se di o se o se ekoye nhwemu se wo hia anso tie Bawumia o so wo hia pa ye hia airport e wo Cape Coast because Cape Coast wa takrade wa ha enkran wa ha triangle no wa ye ne say tie ye kra bit my railway lines. You see this man, he talks big, but he also lies big. He is nothing but a braggadocious talkative. Oyobi ananwe de. Say yemfa doko sempa under the nipa no oye expect. And that is what you have seen. By yonko ye nimmerity. Number 2, the Exp0sēs Bawumia on Kanokre and we can't trust him. For Cape Coast for airports and harbor fiasco ne tunchen. Now here we. Or say in 18 months of an MPP government, no community in Ghana will have a water or toilet problem. Bawumia ne kaya 2016. Ujina simpie so Ghana for mon to abamaye. Na mo to abamaya. Bo so me du nwotwe achi. Ensuo hawe wo Ghana nyina no ebe solve. Ni ama Ghana fo nyina ensupanom. Ejanan bia ya ne problems e wo ha nyina so yebe solve. Na se bi obia so enya bi. Bawumia ne kan. This was not even in the MPP's 2016 manifesto. Ne ni omo manifesto mo. Enti untumi nka say it's a failed manifesto promise. Na party bia no eto de bia enye omo manifesto promises nyina no mutimi di so. This was not a manifesto promise. But because of your trofo enti no gina platforms wa na it is entro no eba from left right center. Even what is not in their manifesto he will lie about. This is the evidence. Video ne mame.
There should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
No. Tearful video now can in 18 months no community will have a water or toilet problem. Nti wa wo hweme no bisa ho kanokre kire won say enne Ghana 18 months na twam won fie nwotwe ni 8 years. Ya in their 8th year. Water and toilet problem, you solve where we are now. How can any politician even make such a promise? It is only a liar. Or no, everything is about power. So be ditro aji to me kura won fa ho. Number 3. Alaji Bawumia 2016. Oba yanim se Ghana for yan to abama MPP. No metina konya so no. Oka asem bia na ede pa. Se bi asem we uko nwuram. Eko kachira boa moti akra obedi wachi afiri ngurama bafie asem wa na asichire wom asem wa na ewo wom ede or say we don't have to borrow for roads. All we need to do is to tow the roads. Or say Ghana onyame ehiraye eja ne boss Akuffo Addo say yetisika so ekom de And Bawumia, about 10 hours chain. Say, oh, Akwanya Ghana ye here in your class here, Bejabusia. Ye here sa Aquina, Yayano, Yemfa, road tools in Sisi, ya Jijicana, ye bet me the Aya Quinina. Obi ni mise ni pebi peti ni adapa kabibisa. Somebody is watching. I'm not a prophet, but I'm sure Obi I want to say maybe thinking say Sam.Gyamfi obo aba Obi ntimi nkasa. Anywhere.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
Producer, me patrol repeat mame why? Repeat mame.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
So, enumdwa hene entro hene nkontompo hene 2016 no twa ntro na osre ene de otwa ntro na osa so asa no so ani beat nko eye ntro nko a obe ha nani aka ne dede na osre o ye be ye lisesi ye na say mitimi hu no wakogina na nanom atena konwa anim na odwa nanum. Yeah, was yes some way you be tuamoka. Now people still believe this liar. Just say yeah, impenyi say yeah, they yaw na anya we ya ye nya fire. And throw away in you still believe this liar. Na nye ne MPP agu anka Darocha party, Professor Akuffo party, UP party. Ka papa we betimi aye omo Franka tufuana. And na hwe besi o mabo besia. Amen. Na Ghana car. Kwame Nkrumah. Afrifa. Nikotoka. Echampon. Akuffo Addo papampo. Akuffo nom. Dr. Hilal Liman. JJ Rollins. Papa Akuffo. Papa Tamils. Papa John Mahama. 15.
Therefore, she sound like it. I'll be like it now. But she edi amafufro. Now you think ze muya ne say bosha hodwanka. NDC sorry MPP amanyoko no hye o man Ghana no comment me e de ni na ebre o man na nka ka Ghana ebe enya no ntoma pa afra na ka Ghana so be ka behwe na sanse mi say ebi kra Cape Coast o mo promise o mo airport ene habo enso menti mi anye ene ensensem pi o mo kika che Ghana ma obra na o mo petu mi no 9
years omo tena konwa so besi omo boy ne ka omo di ja Ghana 120 billion ne da no opana Jack Toronto ni ninu yaketwa Bawumia o se NDC e bobesia pode ye kwan omo de ka no every 120 billion to 538.6 billion. And now check Ghana Ghana your population ye be 30 million. Ghana ni bia de ka over 22,000 cities. Yes, including including MPP ni, CPP ni, NDC ni, including Akraketwa ya wonene. Over 22,000. It is 220 million. No. In the end, Ghana is bankrupt. And in fact, not only are we engulfed in debts, IMF also despite the promise by this government said we will never go to the IMF. IMF da. And then Ghana is the world's largest borrower in terms of IMF. What do you read video with Mrs. Producer, give us that tip and let people judge for themselves.
What was the promise of the MPP?
You have to borrow responsibly.
He lied. Today, Ghana remains the world's largest borrower at the IMF. Addo doesn't give a hoot.
We won't borrow money. Everybody borrows money.
They promised to borrow responsibly.
It only means that we are going to borrow responsibly and not recklessly.
I warned Akuffo about his excessive borrowing, but he didn't listen.
Who's that?
Says so.
They were warned from 2019 all through to 2024. They kept borrowing.
You have to borrow responsibly.
Ghana's debt is projected to hit a staggering 99% of GDP by the end of 2023.
You have to borrow responsibly.
Thus, the World Bank has cautioned Ghana against excessive borrowing amidst concerns.
It only means that we are going to borrow responsibly and not recklessly.
As a Ghanaian, if we divide the national debt by the total number of Ghanaians, which is roughly give or take 30 million, in 2017, every Ghanaian owed 4,874 cedis. Fast forward to 2021, you owe 12,146 each and every one of you. When we look at 2024, when President Nana Akuffo will be leaving office, you will be owing all the international debtors 18,312 Ghanaian cedi.
You have to borrow responsibly and not recklessly. You have to borrow responsibly and not recklessly.
Words may be forgotten, but broken promises are etched in our souls. Your words mean nothing, Bawumia, when your actions are complete opposite of what you did in office.
No, baby, no. These are the people who said, "Yetisika so come there." He say a bobesi ampo ye kwan. These are the same people. Confused bunch of people. Rotos no must be betimi agede aye Ghana kwenyina na nekra no matum. Confused. They don't know anything. And so mu dwo manim chain the baby no mu bundi penim tia. And that one, this is their scorecard relative to borrowing. All presidents from Akroma to Mahama in 59 years, 120 billion. More 7 years, 81.8 billion. No more they are the papa mpo Kenya ya. They no more this kana. Not even one hospital or metimi fiti ase whether a regional hospital or a district hospital ye fiti ase ewie. And the petimi kom kwaja ya re. They no more this kana. We disikani say atam. And that is why we are struggling. And these people say they will break the 8. Almost sounds what shall but to Obama. And some want to make another mistake. No. Don't make a third time mistake by believing these lies. Number 4, Alhaji Bawumia na. I say we will start constructing roads with concrete instead of asphalt. Yamposo kakra hadie emwedru. Assembly emwedru. So because since Ghana beto hono, Akroma kra or de fa hudi ba menye so shebo she say. But this man Bawumia promised. Ghana kwan nyina was we asphalt a sentem dodo. Inti ono or the proposal akoma banya giatum. Inti akwan ya wo Ghana nyina no mo ba ye no concrete. Na Ghana fo agbaje so you. Na assembly de ehu kra na say assembly no ka na sori dem. Muntie mi yo. And just all kind of political campaign platforms. So one can say, oh, political campaign platform, the deeper timidity. Onyami fie. And now sorry biakwa lighthouse. Or so for penny dagi word mills. Now sorry. Onyami fie nyame so fotewo. You see Bawumia insuru nyame. Just like ne boss Akuffo Addo. Ada de nyame so we see asore dayamanoa. What first would you Ghana sika over 1 billion new Ghana cedis? Now the utimi ya manyame the biggest pits in the whole world no. Bawumia so kujina sorry them. E could do so obeye concrete roads, asphalt kwade enye omujaye. Me patro hwe ehwa danse.
All this asphalt bitumen stuff, which the roads get washed away after 2 seasons. You look at the Mamoto Way, which was built with concrete, and it is lasting almost 50 years. And so that sort of got me thinking, and we started that discussion. It's a simple idea, but it's full of wisdom. I checked, and I realized that even in India, since 2014 in India, they have a policy to only build concrete roads because it works out much cheaper. So I said, well, let me bring this to my bosses. And we have been discussing this as recently as last week in Parliament. And Bishop Dag, I'll let you into it. Cabinet did decide last week that we should move towards concrete roads as a country.
Well, it be say a harvest chapel, it be say a lighthouse. Whether harvest or lighthouse, it's Bishop Dag be all. But no matter the name of the church, nyame fie, oni nyame asafo, nyame man, nyame honhom ti omumu. Okudi trama ya boy ensem ama. Se wo be concrete rules. Mfie nwotwe since o kasa ase ni. Concrete rule ne bi wen. Wa wutie mi MPP ni a, wo hwe mi a wudidi matem no. Wo hu concrete road ni bi wo ukrom. And you are marketing this liar. I don't know yes sir. MPP for I don't know yes sir. Mum patch okra for true. Me catch say tete na. Say we are in the time of grace. Addo mremu we. Tete na mransem du ni adwuma na Bawumia. Enko ogina wo twa tro na asase apai na nyame bufuo no asase na mene no. How can you lie even in church? How can you lie like that? 80 okay and Central for report here. Ghana Web, this is it. 18 July 2017. We'll start constructing concrete roads in Ghana. Bawumia. Number 5, where the if I want kasa was sitting in this is direct. And then before the BBR by a friend of e-levy, Momo tax. It doesn't only apply to mobile money. I will send you a $2 to o here ni wo breast somewhere in 50 year adwuma o send you na ban some $2. Enye Bawumia obeye economic management team chairman ya KNT bi mpanyin sem da. Ba baby amekonie. This same Bawumia 2020 yekoto aba on Peace FM sometime in August 2016. Who say abato mraso MPP here to me no ofiti ase atwa kontompo. Kontompo ne zen. O say o mommo de eye hiafo ne yusu. Ehinia say e de to bi abeto so because momo ye hiafo ne ye momo. Enti to pa say e de beto momo so de bida. Bawumia promise. Yet ono ankasa ehwe me ye de e-levy baye. Share this video for me.
Oh, the point is that you are not taxing mobile money, and it is for me my view and that we should not tax mobile money, because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people. You know, someone will get sent 5 CDs on mobile money. Why would you want to tax that? Oh, the point is that you are not taxing mobile money, and it is for me my view and that we should not tax mobile money, because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people. You know, someone will get sent 5 CDs on mobile money. Why would you want to tax that? Oh.
Yes, for no say why would you want to tax mobile money? A brand so here. Yet on the e-levy buy. And then what paper no so minimum Akuffo Addo na de buy na me nka ho. Paper no office ye refi. Bosha or de share and the oye. But well, Adan said that was a Bawumia himself. And the proposal e-levy on no kofa buy. On the that's one that ye de buy ma banji tu. And ya me na make MPP, then General Secretary, for Penny, CEO of MPP. Or cabinet meetings, John Boyd on the kind, any more. Another screen is no. Or say, we dear Bawumia Semwa, I feel more mame. Modern Ghana. This is a story by Eric Nanaya Akuffo. Or say, Bawumia is in full support of e-levy. John Boyd reveals John Boyd. Because he was going to the cabinet meetings and also Bawumia in full support, not in support, in full support of e-levy. This same man, no, the e-levy abano, and our promises will be try e-levy. How can you believe him? Obiso John Boyd will be on Bawumia Sentino cancer, no problem. We Gideon Boako, spokesperson to Bawumia. And also say Bawumia supports implementation of e-levy. Bawumia supports implementation of e-levy. Spokesperson. Go and read the story. myinfo.com. It is there. And throw number 6. Ebusianfo. Mokai Bawumia and US dollar 1 cent. Emra na Bawumia be to me. None a pet subject. As someone not kapa was about CD. Because of Mampenya Akuffo Addo mayeti ase se ono onim sikasem totoye. Enu nti no akofa alaji Bawumia so meboa no. Na omehwe Ghana sikasem so. Edi Akuffo Addo wo video bi gina car so se sidi na ye hata no kasa wodwom. Enu nti na makofa owura Bawumia omeboa. En Bawumia so kansem se Ghana sikasem fapem under Mahama. Ateti apansam, the fundamentals are weak. And if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Shebompo se wache after they came to office after 100 days, also wache dollar to prison they won safwa koma IGP. And then dollar. And then I'm saying, she video mame.
But if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The type of free fall that we are seeing with the cedi exchange rate is a vote of no confidence by market players in the management of the economy.
If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. So Ghana, sika semfa pemtete pansamoa, dollar be kosro guye sika nanimu ase, amobi ehun se ye mo number. Samra wakasa no. Na dollar ni nyame do 4 cedis impo, because this was before December 2016. It was around 3 cedis. Bawumia still on TB da. Mahama more number. Mahama nima mamu. Fundamentals ni weak. Na the entire dollar yet 3 cedis at the time was because investors are passing vote of no confidence. O match so mundi GDP bia we sikasemo. Yeah, Bawumia e de benyu na shewonsa. Emfie ngotwe fundamentals man. How far now? Oga, how far with the fundamentals? Dollar now watching a prison. No? What in Kensin, what it change? And the dollar kaka krebi na 16 Ghana cedis. A ready full soon. A kwanso for bread. A maybe bia ya the dollar krebia boy day. Say from podie, bubu. President Mahama Breson up 1 million CFA, 6,500 ubenyabi. And I just look it up close to 27,000 cedis. But ne be ne de ayo adena won kan okresa. Why? Number 7. I'm showing you 10 lies peddled by Papa yo tisu yo se yanto abama no. Mon first year ne mame no. I'm showing you. So onya no kwafo. You can't trust him. And once you can't trust him, you can't vote for him to lead this country. Because the also obey bia no nya tumi wi a obesesana no. The Cape Coast Harbour, Cape Coast Airport example are clear. What did he say? Number 7, I'll say under an MPP Akuffo Addo government, the economy will grow, say no and grow, and there will be jobs and jobs and jobs. Say yeah, but nya be shisho man ni sika semye. Na o man ni sika sembe nyina busu ama adwuma so akosoro buso. Wa wo hwe mi. Na adwuma ho 70. Napkufu me chiamo. Mo 700 Ghana no mafa o, so me nkro ma ntua. Enne minti bi krada national service personnel omo strike. National service personnel omo allowance I'm not sure is even up to 2,000 cedis. And so omo lorry fempo omo strike. That is how broke and bankrupt this man Bawumia has rendered our economy. Next is omo school 2017, 2021. 2022, 2023, omutifie edwumenio nurses, teachers, omo school tifie. Yamoma tra exams, my national service, no jobs. And the unemployment rate are 8.4%, almost 15%. So economy no can say to grow and create jobs. What do video nini? Look at the evidence.
Economy is going to grow and grow and grow, and we will have jobs and jobs and jobs. This is the economy of Nana Addo Akuffo Addo and
this is the economy of Nana Addo Akuffo Addo, where unemployment has increased from 8.4% to almost 15%. National service for Ako strike. What be that? And they were unemployed trained teachers association, unemployed nurses trained nurses association. There is no hope. And this man sis santo abama ne biem adenga na for ye huri anim kosoro omubu ye say hwentro ye da hoyi we die ono an nkrofo zongofo koso ye nkramoni na me kra me nim so ye nkramoni papa be because na ode Bawumia ochina ode Timothy and they say anopa we Christian and you we kramoni. But this is what he promised the people of the Zongos. I said we will build model senior high schools in Zongo communities in each of the 16 regions of the country. Alaji Bawumia on the kai. Say Zongo or region biya. Into region biya no, including what we region, whether Ashanti, whether Bono, whether Ahafo. Or see a very Zongo kesi one year secondary school kesi a model school. I'm a Zongo for Akobi. And what dance ni? Mame. MPP will build 16 model senior high school Zongo communities across the country. Bawumia promises. 1st August 2020. Ni ekwa kotuaba say ya. 4 years ni school no so we si ba akokra ka yebeka so we fiti ase. Not even one has been built. Not even one. He promised 16, not even one. And I'm not promising missy way. Where are the model senior high schools in Zongos? Number 9. Mokai has same way. Bawumia secures $19 billion Chinese loan for Ghana. Hey, I tell you some Bawumia free say a refi. But in this campaign, it's about trustworthiness. It's about principles. It's about credibility. This was a time Bawumia called China. Obaye jamboree kesiye nipa koshia ne airport. The economic whiskey has hit a jackpot. Or the $19 billion aba. From China. Where is the evidence? This is the evidence. Ghana were 5th July 2017. $19 billion Chinese aid. Security to get 25,000 houses. Bawumia so no akonya $19 billion. Obe sit down kwa mako 25,000 and ama security agencies. Not 2,500. Not a dime 25. Houses a dime kwa 25,000. Bawumia, I am trying to tell you say pay no crane in the num or your trofo. That is who he is. Where is the 19 billion and where is the 25,000 houses? Na yenya papa bi okrom wa IDEC penyipa Dr. Emmanuel Akweti samre no mu fi say yenya ade ehren bia na ye good o but Bawumia twa omo nice they said wa circle na ye de key soap ayo iPhone no Bawumia different omo o say let's applaud
but that was it. So J-Brain, now J-Penny, my POG Media, a daily update, political updates or highway. So we say POG Media, they just say, now say, yeah, but highway, no so yeah, the political news, latest ones from Kwane de Bawa. So yeah, but that's it. So J-Brain, on subscribe here, so I'll subscribe here, I'm now while like it, you know, I click notification button, so there will be a daily updates and then I will hold the echo. But that's it.